Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson. Jay's not here with us today, but we have Father Reed back in the house, and we have quite a show for you all, and for us here, as we have some great guests coming up.
We do on this beginning of the 4th of July weekend. We're happy to have with us today Father Chris Decker and Joshua LeBlanc. They're down in Baton Rouge, but they're going to be in Houston soon for CatholicCon. We're going to be telling you more about that on today's show. And also, Kevin, you had a chance to talk to 2nd Lieutenant Alan Vaughn from Afghanistan, and it's going to be great to hear about him because he's from Georgia, and we just got back from Georgia.
And we're going to hear all about that a little later on as well, so please stay with us. This is The Day Starts right now. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson. Welcome to This is the Day, and welcome to July. I'm here with Father Robert Reed, and he is back.
And you're Kevin Nelson.
I'm Kevin Nelson,
Okay.
That's right.
Thanks for reminding me of that.
And I can't believe it is July already.
I know, 4th of July.
It's hard to believe.
You know what my mother, I say this every year, you know what my mother used to tell us?
No, what'd you
Once
say?
the 4th of July comes, summer's over.
Don't tell the kids that.
I know.
That's
To me, it's just the beginning.
Yeah, no, I mean, and now that school seems to be going a little later too. I mean, the kids have just literally been out for a week at the most, and if they hear that, they'll be crushed.
Do they have a lot of snow days this year? I can't remember.
There was a few around
Yeah.
here, yeah. But
Snow.
yes, that's
I
coming
gotta tell
soon.
you, I was wishing for snow the last few days. We were down in Atlanta, Georgia, had a great time. Actually, we mentioned this before, preparing for you the pilot for a new sitcom here on Catholic TV, and it is tentatively called Mass Confusion, as in massive confusion. It's about two Catholic families, they're friends, and they have some escapades and a lot of antics together as individuals and families. But anyways, it was hotter than the hinges of Hades down there, I'm telling you.
And what was it like? I know this is something that we haven't really done too much in the past. And how was it filming it? We had a good crew down there. And
had a good crew.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job. 4 12-hour days.
Wow.
And you can see a lot of the pictures and some behind-the-scenes videos at our Facebook page, Facebook.com/CatholicTV.
And that was great too. And that's one of the social media great things about social media. That is, I was able to check on, and you were actually posting some of the clips from some of the takes that you were doing down there in Houston. So it was really, in Georgia.
And speaking of social media and new media, I'm really looking forward to talking to Father Chris Decker and Joshua today, because I had met them a number of years ago in Atlanta, actually, speaking of Atlanta, at the first annual Catholic New Media celebration.
Okay.
And so it'd be great to have the chance to talk to them, because I know that they are in the forefront of the use of media, new media, for the service of the gospel. So.
And CatholicCon, I believe it's called. We're going to find out about that a little later.
Coming up in Houston.
In Houston, yes.
Yeah.
And it's pretty impressive. We actually, have been talking about this in the news and at the Vatican and here in the Archdiocese and around the country as well. But how social media is playing into evangelization, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that later with Joshua and Father Chris as well.
And our viewers will probably recognize the term CatholicCon, because we've been playing the promo for that extraordinary event on Catholic TV a lot lately. So you probably have seen the promo, and that's why that name sounds a bit familiar.
I like it. It's a good name.
Yeah. So how you feeling about this?
I'm doing all
We're going
right.
to sneak out of here early this afternoon.
We are? Oh, excellent. Yeah, July.
I don't know if you read your email.
July 4th. Might have peeked at it a little bit. But yeah, it's like I said, I can't believe it's July 4th weekend. We're excited about it. It's Independence Day. And, it's something that we can look forward to and kick off I'd rather think of it as kicking off the summer as opposed to ending the summer.
I like that. How about if we kick off the mail?
That's it.
Okay, we have some great letters, as always. We get a ton of mail here, and we always appreciate it. So never forget to write. We love to hear from you, love to hear what's going on in your life, and of course, we love to be able to put your prayers and intentions in the prayer box. But I have from Catherine a nice little note here, and she said, it's wonderful to have the daily Mass and Rosary. A few weeks ago, I watched the beatification of Pope John Paul II. It was quite spectacular to see so many people in attendance. Thank you for all that you do at Catholic TV. And you know, absolutely right, Catherine. It was our honor and privilege to be able to bring to the Catholic TV family the beatification of Pope John Paul II, some on-the-ground interviews there in St. Peter's Square, and of course the crowd was overflowing down the Via della Conciliazione and through all the surrounding neighborhoods. It was quite the scene.
And just recently, I mean, this week, we were able to bring you to the Vatican once again for the Pallium Mass, and these are the type of things that we can do, and it's great that people are really enjoying that, and sort of like you're right there at the Vatican. Yeah. This is another great letter. I found you because my cousin called me to say that his son was going to be on my computer representing Blessed John the 23rd Seminary. I would have watched you forever if I only knew you existed. And now I do, and I will spread the word. And that is a great letter coming from Joan, and we thank her for that. And that's a great way to get the word out, too, is by spreading the word and letting your cousins and family friends know that we are out there and we are here alive, working.
Or trying. You know, this month, the month of July, is in a very real way dedicated to one of my predecessors, the great Monsignor Frank McFarland. And if you get the Catholic TV Monthly, you know his pictures on the front. His anniversary, 10th anniversary of his passing, is the 17th of this month. But Dorothy writes in reference to that anniversary. She says, recently I was up at my daughter's house in Camden, Maine. We went over Father Frank's Bridge near where he grew up. Oh. And when I was a lot younger, I thought God was a Catholic. And I thanked him for that I was too. So thank you very much, Dorothy, and I appreciate you referencing Monsignor Frank McFarland, because we're very much praying for him and thinking of him during these months of July as we honor his 10th anniversary of death.
And next one is a great one for you, Father. I enjoy your programs, especially praying the Rosary with Father Reed and his little homilies before each decade. I also like having coffee with Father and Jay on This Is the Day. And you know what? That's something I like to do too, but I can't always do it because I can't be drinking coffee and doing the news at the same time. But you can.
Cheers.
So that's great, and I hope you enjoy your coffee, and we can tell you how you can write in as well, and maybe we'll read one of your letters on the air. Catholic TV is the address, 34 Chestnut Street, Box 9196, Watertown, Massachusetts, 02471, or you can send us an email, thisistheday@catholictv.org. And it's always great to get mail, as Jay says, and it's always nice to hear from people and get your thoughts on all that's going on here at Catholic TV. Well, right now we're going to go to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we have Joshua LeBlanc and Father Chris Decker with us, and they are joining us and talking about the exciting conference coming up in Houston called CatholicCon, which is taking place in August. And thanks so much for you guys for being here today.
Yes, indeed. It's good to be here.
Maybe we could start off with you, Joshua, if you could tell us a little bit about the Catholic Underground and the upcoming event, CatholicCon.
Well, Catholic Underground is actually a podcast that was started about 5.5 to 6 years ago. And our goal has been to talk about the relationship of the Catholic faith and how it relates to new media. So basically how our Catholic faith relates to technology and how you can use technology to further the cause of evangelization of the church. And born out of this has been this event, which we are calling CatholicCon, which is going to be an expo-style event, which we're going to hold in Houston in this August.
I want to thank you, Joshua, for correcting our pronunciation on that. And you were very kind not to tell us that we were pronouncing it incorrectly. But now we got CatholicCon. We got that down. And it's great to be with you guys again. I remember meeting you both a number of years ago in Atlanta, so I want to thank you. This is Father Reed. Thank you very much for being with us. And I have to ask you, what specifically, Father Decker, can attendees in Houston expect? What will they hear? What will they participate in? Hands-on activities? Could you just fill us in?
Sure.
Well, they will experience all of the different ways that Holy Mother Church communicates, because we believe that the gospel isn't just relegated to one channel, but that there are many ways in which it is transmitted, and primarily beginning with the liturgy. So they're going to experience the Mass, they're going to experience solemn chanted Vespers. We have a local choir in Houston that's going to be providing Gregorian chant. There'll be Mass in the extraordinary form and in the ordinary form. There'll be other experiences of the Liturgy of the Hours. That's the liturgical portion. But there's also going to be what we're calling Clare Camp, which is an opportunity to discern how the Lord might be calling you to use some of these new channels of communication of the gospel. So there's a discernment piece, and there's also a hands-on training piece where you're going to learn how to talk into a microphone, or what podcasting is, and things of that nature. And so there are going to be all sorts of different ways to communicate the same gospel, but using the many different channels that are available to us.
That's excellent. Sounds like there's a lot to do, and it's great to have that liturgical aspect as well, and then get the latest in all the media technology. Maybe if you could talk a little bit about the importance of a gathering like this, Father, and how this can help people in their mission, in their evangelization when they go back to their respective ministries.
Absolutely. Well, the Holy Father has just been, as we watched him click on that iPad to launch news.va, we see the importance of how much social media is impacting how we express our faith as Catholics. And so I would say that it's incredibly important, because the Pope has said that we as Catholics, as laity, and as clergy must have a consistent witness in the world, and that includes new media, social media, as well as the more traditional forms of media. And so this is going to give people an opportunity to go back into their parish and express their faith in the ways that perhaps other churches, other Christian denominations are doing rather well. But as usual, we tend to be a little bit late in the game sometimes, realizing that it's really important. So, I believe that as the church, we think in centuries, but the Holy Father, as soon as he clicked on that iPad, shows that we're thinking a little bit quicker when it comes to getting the gospel message out.
Joshua, as Father Reed, I got to ask you guys, I look up to the two of you because of your expertise in using the many channels of new media to continue to proclaim the gospel message and the truth that we have been treasured with as Catholics. How did you guys meet? How far back do the two of you go? Because I know you're friends and you're also colleagues in ministry, if you will.
Well, we go back. Now it seems like forever, but it's right around 10 years now. All of us on the podcast, Father Decker, myself, and Father Ryan Humphrey, we're all seminary classmates together in minor seminary. So we spent 4 years in minor seminary together. 2 of the 3 got ordained. I discerned that was not my calling. But after college seminary, we all got together and decided we'd get together and have all of these tech talks with one another. We were all very interested in technology. In fact, we were doing stuff in the seminary that back in the heyday was considered very, very modern, and
it was taboo. Actually,
it was very taboo. We were moving things forward, and so once we all finished, left minor seminary, college seminary, we all started getting together and having these talks. And it came about that, wouldn't it be great if we could let the world in on what we're saying to one another, what we're doing in a local coffee shop? And so that was how the podcast was born, out of, these guys who were friends, who had the same interest and wanted to share this interest with the world.
And lo and behold, we happen to be right about some things.
Yeah.
And if you could, Joshua, maybe tell us, or tell people where they can register and learn more about the upcoming conference.
You can find more information about CatholicCon at our website, which is CatholicConExpo.com. That's CatholicOnExpo.com. There you can register, do hotel room reservations, all of those things. And you can also find out more about the Catholic Underground podcast by heading, of course, to CatholicUnderground.com.
Perfect. Well, guys, it was great to have you with us. Great to, I can see your images on the screen, but I can hear your voice very clearly, and through this media, it was great to meet again, and I wish you God's blessings on the expo coming up, and on your work, and also on your Independence Day weekend.
Thank you, Father.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Take care. God bless. Well, Kevin, now we're going to go from new media to old media. Well, it's all good because we use television here at Catholic TV to let you know what's going on all around the Catholic world. So, Kevin Nelson, it's your turn.
All right, that's right, Father. And hello, everyone. It is time to take a look at the news. And we begin from the Vatican with the message, Dear friends, I just launched news.va, praise be our Lord Jesus Christ, with my prayers and blessings. Pope Benedict XVI sent out the first ever papal tweet. Flanked by Vatican communications officials, Pope Benedict XVI inaugurated the Vatican's online news portal with a tap on an iPad and then announced the launch with a tweet. His tweet, 117 characters, went viral, and within 24 hours, the Vatican's Twitter account had more than 35,000 followers. Archbishop Claudio Celli, who heads the Pontifical Council for Social Communications, said the site www.news.va aggregates news content with the Vatican newspaper L'Osservatore Romano, Vatican Radio, the Vatican television station CTV, the Vatican Information Service VIS, the Fides missionary news agencies, the Vatican Press Office, and the main Vatican website. After the launch, the Pope was given a tour of the portal's features as well. In other news from the Vatican, the Pope celebrated his 60th anniversary of his priestly ordination as well as the feast day of Saints Peter and Paul at St. Peter's Basilica on Wednesday. Rome Reports has more on the joyous festivities and the Pope's homily.
The Pope has commemorated his 60th anniversary as a priest with a Mass in St. Peter's Basilica.
Questa è un'ora di gratitudine. Gratitudine al Signore per l'amicizia che mi ha donato e che vuole donare a tutti noi. Gratitudine alle persone che mi hanno formato ed accompagnato.
It was also one of the main feasts of the Catholic Church, held in celebration of St. Peter and Paul. On this feast day, the Pope receives the newest archbishops named in the past year and presents each one with a pallium. This year there were 40. The pallium is a white scarf made of wool that carries 6 black crosses. It's meant to symbolize each bishop's unity with the Pope.
Ci ricorda lui che ha preso l'agnello, l'umanità, me, sulle sue spalle per riportarmi a casa. Ci ricorda in questo modo che come pastori al suo servizio dobbiamo anche noi portare gli altri, prendendoli per così dire sulle nostre spalle e portarli a Cristo.
At the beginning of the Mass, each pallium is laid over the tomb of St. Peter and then handed to the Pope before being presented. The archbishops come from all over the world, but the country sending the most delegates is the USA with 4 archbishops and Brazil with 7. Among those in attendance was Jose Gomez from Los Angeles, the leader of the largest archdiocese in America. There was also James Sartain from Seattle, Ruben Gomez of Colombia, Oscar Villan Morales of Guatemala, George Stack of Wales and the United Kingdom, Thaddeus Cho Wan Kil of South Korea, and Ricardo Andrello from Santiago, Chile. Arnolfo di Cambio's ancient bronze statue of St. Peter is decorated for the ceremony. It's adorned with papal ornaments, the mitre, and the ring of the fisherman.
Taking a look now at news from around the country, Providence Bishop Thomas Tobin reminded Catholics that they may not participate in civil unions, saying that they promote an unacceptable lifestyle, undermine the faith of the Church and holy matrimony, and cause scandal and confusion. His remarks come from a statement written the day after passage of legislation that will give same-sex couples who enter into civil unions the same right and benefits as those married in Rhode Island. The state Senate agreed to the bill, which the House had already approved, and Governor Lincoln Chafee, an independent, has said he will sign it. Some advocates of same-sex marriage opposed the bill, saying it did not go far enough and allowed overly broad religious exemptions. Bishop Tobin said he was deeply disappointed at the decision. He said that church members should have respect and love for persons with same-sex attraction, but must remember that homosexual activity is contrary to the natural law and the will of God, and therefore is objectively sinful. The bishop added that persons with same-sex attraction are required to live the Christian virtues of chastity and modesty, as all persons are. More news now from around the country. Chris Thompson, academic dean at the St. Paul Seminary and a board member of the National Catholic Rural Life Conference, says all Catholic universities should teach a course in agriculture. He feels this will help Catholics understand their connection to the land and the environment. During an interview with the newspaper The Archdiocese of St. Paul in Minneapolis, he offered tips to help families and parishes cultivate a deeper appreciation for agriculture and God's creation. For families, those suggestions include eating dinner together, learning how to raise food to change your attitude toward your land, baking bread, visiting a farm or a farmer's market to meet the people who grow your food, purchasing locally, and going for a walk to encounter God in nature. Parishes, he said, should feature the products of local Catholic organic farmers at parish festivals, develop a partnership between an urban parish and a rural parish, purchase locally produced food for school programs, and establish little gardens to feed the poor or growing flowers in a Mary garden. If you'd like more ideas for your family or parish, visit the National Catholic Rural Life Conference website at www.ncrlc.com. And finally in the news, the Cardinal Newman Society has announced that effective today, July 1st, the Center for the Advancement of Catholic Higher Education, a division of the Cardinal Newman Society, will relocate to Mount St. Mary's University in Emmitsburg, Maryland, under the leadership of Monsignor Stuart Swetland. The center, which was established in 2008, supports mission-centered teaching, policies, and programs at Catholic colleges and universities. According to the Vatican Constitution, Ex Corde Ecclesiae, in his capacity as Center Executive Director, Monsignor Swetland will be tackling key issues in Catholic higher education, such as formation programs for new faculty, improvements in core curricula, integrating faith and reason in particular disciplines, reinforcing a presumption of sobriety and chastity on college campuses, and facilitating collaboration among college officials. Monsignor Swetland said that it is crucial that the Church be actively present to our young adults during this vitally important stage of development by radiating Jesus Christ in word and sacrament to and for them. And the Cardinal Newman Society is a national organization that helps renew and strengthen Catholic identity in Catholic higher education. And that is all the information we have for you on this Friday, July 1st. We go back over to Father Reed with more of This Is the Day.
Kevin, I have an interesting question we were discussing over here. If the Pope can speak ex cathedra,
yes,
infallibly, can he tweet ex cathedra?
Ooh,
I think you should think about that. While we go to a great interview, Kevin was able to speak with Second Lieutenant Alan Vaughn. He's a great guy. He's in Afghanistan. He's originally from Georgia. He's married, his wife Sheila. He has tremendous faith, and he works to share that faith with those around him in the military service. Let's go to that interview.
And joining us now on This Is the Day from Afghanistan is United States Air Force Second Lieutenant Alan Vaughn. And Alan, thanks so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Maybe if you could start off, Lieutenant, just telling us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and maybe some of the places that you've been to in the military.
Well, my name is Alan Vaughn. My friends call me Blue. I'm originally from North Georgia area. I am currently stationed at McGuire Air Force Base in the United States Air Force. Relatively new, just been in for a little over 2 years right now. Just on my first deployment out to Afghanistan, and really having a wonderful time learning about the culture here in Afghanistan.
As I understand, too, you come from a military background, and what was it like for you growing up? And was this something that you always wanted to do, to be in the military and to join the military?
No, it wasn't really. My family is very strong in military backgrounds. Great-grandfather and grandfathers and father were all in the military, and it was thought of that I would go and join the military, but it seemed like a natural fit for me when I got out of college, and I knew I wanted to do something that would provide me with a level of job satisfaction and that I just couldn't get in the civilian world. And I feel like this was the place to go to do and serve both my country and my God and the path He puts before me.
And talk about your faith, too, if you could, and how that's been a source of support for you during the time away. You're away for long stretches, and maybe how you rely on your faith during those times when you're away and in harm's way.
Wow, it's been a trying experience in a lot of ways. I see Afghanistan as a beautiful place, and the people here are wonderful, but it's dark in some situations, and it's really hard as a Christian in today's world really get involved with what's going on around us. And there's so much darkness in the way that people have to come and live through this culture that Christians really are in a situation where they can show their strength. And I really look forward to doing that. And I know a lot of situations there is not available Catholic masses or enough priests to get out and help service the community and provide comfort and counseling. So a lot of self-meditation, a lot of rosaries and Hail Marys on my behalf have gone out on situations where I've been in field conditions and not available to either the church or a priest. So it's been a lot of self-reflecting and good meditation to bring it along. And I know a lot of prayers from home from the family.
Have you been able to find other people that you could support you and talk about your faith as well? Or I know it's difficult, as you mentioned, too, with the lack of chaplains around, but you mentioned some of the time you take to meditate and to pray, but what about some of the other military men and women that might have the same time for prayer that you would like?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a very small but very strong bond here with the Catholic faith. We all come together and we have maybe one mass and one priest to share amongst a cluster of bases here in my region. And so when we have a chance, we all come together. We have rosary services as well as Bible study courses that we can get a chance to talk and support each other, because a lot of times there's one of the strong points to keeping yourself healthy here is your spiritual faith, and we rely heavily on one another to do that.
Well, thank you so much, Lieutenant, for your time. And maybe if you'd like to give a shout out to somebody now that you want to say hello to back home.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And I love to give a wonderful hello and I love you to my wife and my baby boy, Braden. I love and miss you all and family as well. And I can't wait to be home and hold you in my arms.
Thanks so much, Lieutenant, for being with us, and thank you for your service to your country, for us, for all you do for us here back home, and we wish you all the best in the future.
Well, thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you. And we're going to send it right now back to the rest of This Is the Day.
And here we are back. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you, Lieutenant Vaughn, and thanks to all of you for joining us. Hope you have a happy 4th of July weekend.
You too, Father, and everybody out there, yeah.
I plan on it. And we ask God's blessings upon you, upon all of us who enjoy the freedoms that we do as Americans, and on all of our viewers, you and the Catholic TV family. May Almighty God bless you. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for joining all of us here in the Catholic TV living room. We love coming into yours. Have a great weekend, everyone. God bless.